Good morning and welcome to Ernie Davis Academy. My name is Teresa Usack and I'm the acting principal of Ernie Davis Academy, and I'm joined this morning by Emily Sadler. Emily is one of our assistant principals.
Good morning.
We'd like to welcome all our 7th and 8th grade students to Ernie Davis Academy, where our motto is be like Ernie and be a champion. The administrative team at Ernie Davis consists of myself, Ms. Sadler, Joe Brucey, Michelle Wichtowski, Jason Manwaring, who is the Dean of Students, and Suzanne Comstock, who is our Assistant Supervisor of Special Education. At Ernie Davis Academy, we are excited to welcome our incoming students from Beecher, Hendy, Parley Coburn, Broadway Elementary, Broadway Academy, Finn Academy, and any new student to the district. So welcome to you all. When we talk about starting school, we are reminded by our superintendent that safety is first, and safety is here and instruction is right behind it. But with keeping that in mind, some of the protocols that we want to remind you of are as follows. Schools are required to comply with the governor's order wearing masks during the school day. Masks include non-medical grade disposable face masks, cloth covering masks over the nose, or a full face shield to protect your eyes, nose, and mouth. The staff in the building and students will appropriately wear face coverings at all times that social distancing is not possible. Staff and students will wear face coverings in the hallway, common areas, and during arrival and dismissal. Students will not be required to wear face coverings while eating, but will be distanced 6 feet apart. Our plan has been guided by 3 principles: adhere to state level guidelines and ensure the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff, maximize instructional opportunities for all students, and plan with flexibility in mind. So every day, if you've been communicating with any of my team, things are changing daily to meet the needs of our students, both safety-wise and also their academic needs. One of the, I'm going to say, high points of working with you as far as our parents and caregivers is that we want to make sure that you know you can reach out to us at any time, because collaboration is the key to your students' success. And I always used to say, I have 2 boys, I used to say, as a parent, you are their biggest cheerleader. So anything that you can do or any question you have, please don't hesitate to contact us. We have Tracy Van Duzen, and Tracy is our Family Community Outreach Coordinator. And those of you who were my parents last year with your 7th graders, Tracy worked with us last year. So she's a great resource for you as a parent or caregiver, and she'll be providing different opportunities and information to you throughout the year. So your partnership is very important to us as we work to have your student be successful. We talk about champions. So all my incoming, I would say most of my incoming 8th graders, they remembered that from last year. Did you know being a champion is what we're all about? So my morning announcements will always consist of did you know? So today I'm going to remind all of us about what being a champion means. And when we talk about being a champion, we talk about students who are engaged in their learning. So when they are here and in person, they are ready to learn. They have all their materials and their focus is on the instructional part of their day. Students attend all scheduled classes and activities, not just some, but all scheduled classes and activities. And that students are prepared to learn each day. They come with a very positive attitude on how to be successful. So that's what a champion means at Ernie Davis Academy. Safety protocols. You continuously hear to wash your hands. So when we're at school and when you're at home, protocols and appropriate signage will be displayed throughout the building with instructions for proper social distancing, adequate hand washing, and wearing of masks. So the social, I'm going to say the protocols that you put in place at home are going to be transferred to school. Student safety protocols, it is recommended that families take their students' temperature before the start of each day. So those of you who have a student who will be taking the bus, you will be, the aide who's associated with that bus will be taking your student's temperature. We really encourage those of you who are bringing transporting your student to school to take his or her temperature as well. If that just saves us time, but when students are entering the building, those students who are going to be transported by a parent or caregiver, we will also take their temperature again. If your student's temperature is over 100, please keep them at home. Upon arrival to school, students will have their temperature taken daily. Students who have a temperature of 100.4 or above will be sent to the isolation room, where a parent or caregiver will be called to pick up their student. And the isolation room is simply a room off the main office, and it has 4 different offices in it, and your student would be waiting until a parent or caregiver would pick them up. Students who have been sent home due to COVID-19 related symptoms cannot return to school without being cleared by a doctor. A doctor's note is required for students to return to school. Let's suppose you are coming to school late because you had an early morning appointment, or let's suppose you are being dismissed early because you have a later day appointment. For those of you who arrive after 9 o'clock, we ask that you are dropped off at the main office entrance. And when you come to school, a school staff member will be taking your temperature, and then you will be escorted to your assigned classroom. And Emily will be talking a little bit about the assigned classroom, and that's where a student will be staying all day for his or her instruction. Let's suppose you need to pick up your student for an early appointment. So the parent or caregiver must notify the attendance clerk in advance. Usually what happens is we encourage and like to see a note, because that provides us that proof, if you will. If you call ahead, again, we prefer the other, but we can take a call, but you're going to have to provide some kind of a note so that we can confirm that you in fact are the person who's supposed to be picking up your student. And then you pick up your student outside the main entrance. So again, please do me a favor and provide your student with a note if he or she needs to be picked up early. That'd be very helpful. We had lots of emails about what to bring to school, and I'm going to go back to what I said before. Less is more. We are so excited that we were provided with money that was donated, so therefore we were able to purchase express string bags for each of our students. And in that bag, what we're hoping to see is that students' one-to-one device, and let's say their face mask or an extra face mask, a water bottle. If you want to bring lunch from home, you can. Pens and pencils and a notebook. And I would also encourage you to put the pens and pencils and anything loose like that in a Ziploc bag so that we can keep it separated. So that Ziploc bag is going to be provided. Now we were asked actually, what about lockers? We are not going to be using lockers this year. And we were also asked, what about backpacks? So all of my incoming, or most of my incoming 8th graders know that we didn't use backpacks at Broadway Academy. If you have to bring a backpack, we would ask that you would bring it into your classroom, because we're not using the lockers. So again, less is more. We will be providing, the students will have his or her own device. So we're just gonna say to you, just remember less is more as far as a backpack is concerned. What does a classroom look like? I know that many of you that I've talked with have been very nervous, and understandably so, about your student coming to school, but keep in mind that the hybrid learning classroom will look just like what it does on the screen. Our custodians and staff have been working so hard to make sure that the classrooms are set up. So the schools or the students will be placed in a group of 12 or less and stay in the classroom all day. And a question that we had was, wow, isn't that a lot for a student to sit? We'll have those stretch breaks, I would call them. And so therefore, it'll be less for kiddos. Teachers will rotate into the classroom. So it's similar to a model that we would use at an elementary school, where you're going to have teachers in and out of the classroom. Students will stay in their classroom for lunch, and students will be escorted to and from the bathroom as needed. So again, I'm going back to that supply list. Make sure that if your child likes to have that water bottle break, that you send in that water bottle with him or her. And I'm going to introduce Emily, who's going to talk about cohort assignments.
Yeah, so if you have the chance, I would recommend you go and watch our previous video that's uploaded on the district's website so you can get all of what the in-person and virtual schedule looks like. I'm going to talk to you about some new updates. So cohort assignments have gone out from the district to all families. So cohort A is Monday and Tuesday, cohort B is Thursday and Friday, and then there's the option to be 100% virtual. Eventually that 100% virtual will also be broken up into cohort A and B, just so your student knows exactly when they need to log on for those live virtual lessons, and that will be forthcoming to you. If you have not received your assignment, please call the main office and we can provide what we currently have on record for you. We've received a ton of calls this week and last week making changes. If there's a request that you need for daycare or whatever the request may be, we're gonna do our best to honor it, but please make sure you do that as soon as possible so that we can do our best to make that happen for you. So a big question is when is my student going to get their schedules? So team and student schedules will be available by Friday on the student and parent portal. So hopefully you have access to that you can log in. We will also have the opportunity to pick up schedules in the coming weeks, but we will communicate that with you of when that will be and how we're going to go about doing that. Another big question is about technology. So we've reached out to the district who is handling all things technology. And the most important thing they said is that technology needs the assessment form that I sent in the email last night is essential. If you need a device from the district, that must be completed. So if you have not completed that form in the link that I sent in the email last night, please do that. If you're having trouble accessing that, please call the main office and we can help get that completed for you. There's no set date of when those devices will be available, but the district is intending to send more information in the coming days. Just a reminder that Schoology is the platform that we're using for our learning management system. So you'll need to make sure that your student is able to access that. Students will have asynchronous and synchronous material through that, and it'll be easy to navigate and uniform across all courses to make it as easy as possible for families and students.
On our last live stream, we talked a little about sports and extracurricular activities. It is an exciting time for you as a parent or caregiver to know that 7th grade is the first time that your student can participate in modified sports. We reported last time that Governor Cuomo said that low and moderate risk sports can begin on 9/21, but the STAC League, which is what governs our area, met, and what they determined was that we're going to wait some time to see about new protocols. So New York State Public Athletics Association is going to release some recommendations and guidance protocols, and it's our hope that the region decision will be made by Friday. And what that simply means is we're not going to go out as an individual. Elmira City School District is doing this, because if we do something different than those in the region, we may be the only one on the athletic field. So we decided to, as a STAC, and that's what that's called, the STAC League, we decided to wait, and as a group, we will make a regional decision, and hopefully, and I say that hopefully, things will be made by Friday. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact any of us. I will tell you, you've been great about emailing us with questions. And most of the time, what we are doing is we're embedding those questions into our live stream. But today is our last live stream. We do look forward to students coming next week on Thursday. So on Thursday, our A group or our Monday and Tuesday students will be with us. And then Friday, our B group or our Thursday, Friday students will be with us. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me. You're doing a great job with that, or Emily or Michelle or Joe, or even Miss Potter, who's my secretary. And some someone will get the information to you and give you an answer that you need. But please do not hesitate. There's no, right now, one of the things that I'm noticing from all of you, and even from, I'm going to say as a school district, it's safety first. So no question is a question that would bother us, because we understand how difficult this is for all of you. But I will tell you that we are a team of champions. So we're looking forward to having your student come to school. And those of you who opted for virtual, we're certainly looking forward to reaching out and providing you with the best education that you can have as a 7th or 8th grader. So thank you very much. Remember, if there's anything you need, not to hesitate to contact us. Make it a great day.